Charles Purcell presents.
From deep in the bowels of the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C., it's the most controversial, problematic, and downright dangerous document in American history. It's Project 2025, the game show. And here's your host for Project 2025, the game show, Johnny Montague.
Thanks, Johnny. Good to see you, Johnny.
Good to see you, Johnny.
All right, let's meet our contestants. Johnny?
A registered Democrat and an enthusiastic supporter of Kamala Harris for president, she's a teacher, volleyball coach, and an alto in her local atheist choir from Madison, Wisconsin, Gretchen Svensson. An independent, undecided voter, he's an HVAC technician and aspiring amateur MMA fighter from Ferndale, Michigan, Randy Ramskugler. A registered Republican and all in for MAGA, he's a small business owner, entrepreneur, gun enthusiast, proud J6 veteran, and regular school board meeting speaker from somewhere in western Pennsylvania, Paul Dans.
All right, thanks, Johnny. Welcome, contestants. Let's play the game. Here's how it works. I'll tell you an agenda item from Project 2025, and you'll tell me if it's real or if it's made up by our left-wing writers just to scare liberals. So, for example, I'll say something like, Project 2025 proposes to ban pornography, imprison the people who produce and distribute it, shut down the telecom and tech firms that facilitate its spread, and register as sex offenders any educators and public librarians who purvey it. Now, given the vague definition of pornography, this would curtail freedom of speech, create a chilling effect on artists, writers, and filmmakers, and lead to censorship and moral policing. Okay, so each of you now would answer true or false. Is that really in the document, or did we just make that up? So, of course, for this question, I imagine you'd all answer false, because it's just so incredibly ridiculous. But you'd be wrong, because actually it's 100% true. How about that? All right, players, now that you know how the game works, let's begin. What's Project 2025? I'm sorry, what, Paul? Yeah, what's Project 2025? You don't know what Project 2025 is?
I know what Project 2025 is.
Well, see, Gretchen knows. How about you, Randy? Have you heard of Project 2025? What's that, man? I say, Randy, have you heard of Project 2025? What are you talking about, man? Somebody say my name? What's going on, man? What's the deal? Who are you people? Can you pay attention, Randy, just for a minute? I don't know, man, whatever. All right, so you'll get to know as we go along here, Paul. All right. Before we begin, Johnny, what are they playing for today?
Well, Johnny, today's contestants are playing for democracy itself, the very rights and freedoms spelled out in the Constitution of the United States, from free speech and the right to assemble, to voting rights, civil rights, not to mention basic social and economic justice, and ultimately the hope of continuing to enjoy life itself on an ever more dangerous and uninhabitable planet.
Thanks, Johnny. All right, question number 1. We'll spin the wheel for the category. Here it is. The category government. Question. Instead of nonpartisan civil servants implementing policies on everything from health to education and climate, the executive branch would be packed with Trump loyalists. This includes putting the Justice Department and all its law enforcement arms, like the FBI, under presidential control. This means Trump could have the power to investigate his political opponents and maybe even lock them up, as he has already vowed to do. All right, contestants, lock in your answers. Paul, let's go to you first. What do you think, true or false? Are you kidding? That's ridiculous. No one would ever do that. That's a lie. That's false. This is propaganda. This is nothing but left-wing propaganda. All right, you say it's false. You say it's a lie. Gretchen, what do you say?
Well, gosh almighty, I don't know. I think that's just what they would do. I think it's true.
All right, Randy. What? Your answer, Randy. What? What are you talking about, man? What's your answer? My answer to what? Are you paying attention? I don't know, man. Randy, put down your phone. Huh? I said put down your phone. Hey, man, I got fantasy football coming up. I got to make some picks. Randy, what's your answer? I don't know, man. Sure, whatever. Yes, true. I don't care what. All right, there you go. Now time to reveal our answer, real or fake. It's real. Johnny, read from the actual document.
In order to carry out the president's desires, political appointees must be given the tools, knowledge, and support to overcome the federal government's obstructionist human resources departments. Empowering political appointees across the administration is crucial to a president's success.
All right, after one question, the score, Paul, 0. Gretchen and Randy, 10 points each. Let's spin the wheel for category number 2. Round we go. And it's workers' rights. Workers' rights. Here's your question. Project 2025 would let states gut national overtime and minimum wage laws and let states ban labor unions. Lets employers stop paying overtime, repeals labor and wage protections for workers on federal projects, restricts unemployment insurance, privatizes unemployment insurance programs, and Project 2025 believes the Labor Department should relax child labor restrictions for teenagers. There it is. True or false? Did we just make all that up, or is that actually in the Project 2025 document? Contestants, lock in your answers. And let's go first to Randy. What? Randy, pay attention. Do you have any idea what's going on around you? The lights are really bright in here, man. Why are the lights so bright? Those are stage lights. You're on a television show. What? You are completely clueless, Randy. Hey, man. Randy, what's your answer? I don't know. Sure, whatever. Yes. Is that one of my options? Yes. Yes is one of your options. Okay, fine. Yes. Gretchen.
Oh, gosh. My whole family has been a proud union family. We've worked in factories and places like that, and teachers. I'm a teacher myself.
Yes, that's right. We.
You know, I think though you made up some of that stuff. They can't be that bad. Can they possibly be that bad? I think you made that up mostly. So I'm going to say false.
All right. Okay, Paul. Damn right it's true. Every bit of it. And so be it. Unions are the scourge of this country. You know, teachers making all that money over the summer and getting away with.
Hey, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. It's true, Johnny. It's true. All right. Randy says it's true. Gretchen says it's false. Paul says it's true. Let's reveal the answer, and it is... It's real. Johnny, what does the document say? The Department of Labor should amend its hazard order regulations because, quote, some young adults show an interest in inherently dangerous jobs. There it is. And the score at this point, Paul, 10 points. Gretchen, 10 points. Randy, 20 points. Okay, question number 3. Let's spin that wheel one more time. And the category LGBTQ rights. Employers should be able to legally fire or refuse to hire LGBTQ workers. Once again, employers would be able to legally fire or refuse to hire workers just because of their LGBTQ identity. Is that true or false? Need a minute to think about this one. Contestants, ready? Lock in your answers. We're still waiting. All right, answers locked in. Gretchen?
Oh, goodness. I've got LGBTQ students. I've got LGBTQ family members. And so I'm familiar with this in the news. So I'm very attuned to these issues. So true. I think this is, yes, I've read about this. It's absolutely true.
No, you're crazy. We wouldn't do that. We love everybody. Sure, we love everybody. We don't want special rights for anybody. But, you know, we wouldn't do that. No, that's false. Okay, Gretchen says true. Paul says false. Randy, what do you say? Randy, get back behind your podium. What? What are you talking about, man? Randy, you're just wandering off. Are you? Okay, all right. Don't get excited, man. All right, I'm here. What do you want, man? Jesus, you're so demanding. I just want you to pay attention just for a second. Just, are you that? Hey, man, I am what I am, man. Just, what's the question? Should employers be able to legally... You already locked in your answer. Oh, I did? Yes, it's right that the light is on. Oh, what did I say? All right, bring it up there. Okay, you said yes. All right, sure, whatever, man. I'm a yes kind of a guy, man. I say yes to life. All right, time to reveal the answer. Real or fake? Employers should be able to legally fire or refuse to hire LGBTQ workers. Answer: true. Yes, that's real. That's actually real. Johnny, read us a quote from the actual Project 2025 document. Quote: the president should direct agencies to rescind regulations interpreting sex discrimination provisions as prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, transgender status, sex characteristics, etc., etc. Etc., etc. So they want to go even further than that? Yes, I guess so.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Wow, that's even further than I thought we'd go. Well, pretty good. They got some balls over there at Heritage. You said balls. Okay, all right. Score: Paul, currently 10 points with 1 correct answer. Gretchen, 2 correct answers for 20. Randy, 3 correct answers for 30. That brings us to the end of our first round. Let's get to know our contestants a little better. Gretchen Svetsson, a registered Democrat and enthusiastic Kamala Harris supporter, teacher, volleyball coach from Madison, Wisconsin. How are things in Madison, Gretchen?
Oh, we keep showing up in those lists, the magazines for the most livable cities to live in, Sure. Oh, we're very livable and we're mostly very homogenous and we hate Milwaukee. We're so much better than they are. Oh, they have those neighborhoods. Oh, gosh, those neighborhoods in Milwaukee.
Well, what are you saying, Gretchen?
Well, we just don't have neighborhoods quite like they have in Milwaukee.
Geez, Gretchen, that sounds a little racist.
Holy gosh almighty, I'm the most not racist person you'll ever meet in your whole life. I'm a liberal, capital L, and everybody should, just love. That's why I love Kamala Harris. It's just love and joy. I'm filled with joy. So how could I be racist if I'm filled with joy?
All right, Gretchen, thanks very much. Randy Ramskugler, you're an independent voter. And Randy, are you any closer at this point to deciding who you'll vote for? What? Are you any closer to deciding on who you'll vote for? Whatever, man. I got things to do. I got games to play. I got work to do. I don't care about this stuff. Who cares? Well, but you said you're going to vote. Yeah, man. Everybody got to vote, man. It's my civic duty. But I don't know. Could you at least put down your phone? Okay, man. I'm almost through. I just still need a wide receiver for Sunday. Hey, man. All right. How are things in Ferndale, Michigan? Where is Ferndale? Oh, man. That's just outside Detroit. Yeah. So go Lions. It's going to be their year, man. All right, that's Randy Ramskugler from Ferndale, Michigan. And Paul Dans, registered Republican, all in for MAGA, small business owner, gun enthusiast, Western Pennsylvania. Where exactly in Western Pennsylvania are you from there, Paul? I don't want to say. It's You don't want to say? No, I can't say. I really would rather leave that. Just go on. Next question, please. Well, it's not. This isn't an interrogation or anything. I'm just wondering where you're from. Okay, just move on. What other delightful anecdotes can I share with you? I mean, is that what you're looking for here? Well, I don't know. Sure, if you got one. Well, I'm just America first and make America great again. Those are my endearing anecdotes. All right, Paul Dans. Hey, wait a minute. Do I know you? Have we met? No. Your name, though. Your name is very familiar. No, it's not. No, it is. I just can't place it. It's just a name like any others. I don't know. There's something. Just move on. Move on with the game. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Let's move on with the game. Time for round 2 of Project 2025. Johnny, tell us about round 2. Well, Johnny, first of all, point values are doubled, now worth 20 points for each correct answer. And this is the coalition round. The coalition round? What does that mean? It means in this round, our home viewers will have a chance to weigh in and give our contestants here in the studio a helping hand to form a coalition, if you will. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I see. All right. Let's go then to round 2. And question number 4, or question number 1 of round 2, if you want to think about it that way. Spin the wheel. Category Environment and Climate. And again, true or false, is this actually in Project 2025 or did we just make it up to scare people? Question. Project 2025 would expand the use of coal, oil, and natural gas, increasing greenhouse gas emissions and exacerbating climate change and more extreme weather like hurricanes and floods. Let companies drill for more oil and gas on public lands, weaken the Endangered Species Act, prioritize economic growth over environmental protection, oppose climate-smart agriculture practices, shift environmental policymaking to states and localities and the private sector, withdraw from international agreements like the Paris Agreement and the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, eliminate government organizations that work on climate-related issues, reduce or eliminate energy efficiency standards for cars, trucks, and appliances, and finally stop the government from studying climate change. Contestants, true or false? Now, before we reveal the answer, one of our contestants will have the opportunity to confer with a home viewer, decided by a coin toss before the show. Paul, you've got the first opportunity. Paul, with whom have you chosen to form a coalition? I've decided to form a coalition with the evangelicals. All right, then we have an evangelical for you on Zoom, watching tonight from Tifton, Georgia. Let's talk to Wilma Dillard.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, Wilma. Where's Tifton, Georgia?
Oh, we're on I-75, about halfway between Macon and the Florida line.
Very good. Did you hear the question?
Yes, I did. All about the environment and whatnot. We've got beautiful environment here. It's currently very warm, and the grass, the foliage is very green. And we just love it here. It gets very humid sometimes, but, we just have a little bit of lemonade and we're fine.
All right, so why don't you confer there, form your little coalition. All right, okay. Wilma.
Yes, hello there, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Wilma?
I'm good. So what do you think? All this hoo-ha about the environment. We love the environment, right? Oh, yes, we love it. We just think the environment is a wonderful thing, and we want to have clean water and clean air and breathe and swim, and that's just what we do down here in Tifton. Right. This is all a hoax, this whole climate thing, right? Oh, of course it is, certainly. And the good Lord is with us. Well, that's, I don't really care much about that, but that's fine with, if that's what floats your boat, Wilma. Well, it certainly does. It certainly does float my boat. And that's one of the reasons that this whole climate change is a hoax, because God will decide what happens with the earth. The humans have no power over these things, and it's just a hoax, and they're all lies. Absolutely, they're all lies just to control us. Well, okay, so we're agreed then the answer is false. Yes. So our coalition between MAGA America Firsters and the evangelicals, your answer is false. Okay. And the other two contestants are locked in with their answers. Thank you, Wilma. Well, thank you for the opportunity, and God bless everyone. God bless you, Wilma. So we locked in the other answers. Gretchen, what did you say?
Well, gosh almighty, I said it's also false. It's just too much. I mean, I love the climate as much as anyone, but I think you just made it sound scarier than it could possibly be. How could these people be that scary and crazy? It's got to be false.
All right, and Paul, you already told us it's false. Randy? What? Oh, come on, Randy. Hey, man, why is everybody so freaked out about everything, man? I don't know. Have you got an answer? I've been to Georgia. It's a nice place. My girlfriend was working in Atlanta. So I went to visit her, and I took a little drive, around the country. It's cool. It's a cool place. So your answer? For what? Yes or no? Yes, man. I told you I'm a yes man. I live life. I say yes to life. All right. Reveal the answer. It is real. Johnny, what do you got for us? Well, Johnny, get your pencils out, because I'm going to give you the page numbers. Each of these items that you mentioned are in the document on pages 365, 521, 533, 418, 293, 420, 709, 369, 378, and page 628 in the document. All right, thanks, Johnny. The score now, Paul, 10 points, Gretchen, 20 points, Randy building up a commanding lead with 50 points. Okay, question number 5, spin the wheel. Category abortion. Question. Project 2025 would ensure that abortion is not regarded as health care and lays out aggressive proposals to use federal power to prevent the procedure. The document's authors also want the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which the Heritage Foundation proposes renaming the Department of Life, to collect data on people who have abortions. Actions targeting medication abortion include making it more difficult to access, such as requiring it to be dispensed in person instead of through the mail, calling for the Food and Drug Administration to reverse its 24-year-old approval of the widely used abortion pill mifepristone and pull it off the market. True or false? Is that actually in the document? Now, before we reveal the answer, another contestant will have the opportunity to confer with a home viewer. Gretchen, you've got this opportunity. Gretchen, you are a true blue Democrat and Kamala Harris supporter. Who have you chosen to form a coalition with?
I've chosen a Republican.
Republicans?
Yes, Republicans for Kamala.
For Kamala. Okay, very good. Let's bring in a Republican. We've got for you from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Welcome into the program, former Vice President Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney, welcome to the program. So what do you think, Gretchen?
Gosh almighty, yeah, he just endorsed Kamala Harris the other day. How you doing there, Dick? So you really just can't stand the Trumpster, right?
I hate him. He's just a big old son of a... I just like I shoot him in the face.
So we're going to form a little coalition here all the way from AOC and Bernie all the way to Dick Cheney.
That's right. There's a bunch of motherfuckers.
So you just really don't like that Trump at all, do you?
No, he's a son of a bitch and a liar and a freaking...
Okay, well then, so we decided, what's our answer then?
Oh, it's true. It's absolutely true. The whole thing, the whole abortion thing, they've gone nuts. They've gone crazy on the whole abortion thing. It's crazy. It's true.
All right then. Okay, I'll agree with you. That's true on what they want to do about abortion. True. That's our answer. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Vice President Dick Cheney. All right, Paul. Let's reveal our other answers now, Paul. True or false on the abortion issues here? It all sounds made up to me. It's false. We love abortion. Trump just said the other day he's going to be the best for pregnant people or whatever he said. Who cares about abortion? We got that. We don't care about that anymore. We already got it. It doesn't matter. So false. Okay, false for you. Gretchen, you and Vice President Cheney say true. And Randy? Huh? Randy, God. Hey, man. Just true or false? Yes or no? You know me, man. Yeah, you say yes to life, so yes. All right, yes.
And we reveal the answer. What it is, yes, it's real. It's real. Johnny, what does the actual document say?
I'm quoting now, Johnny. The president should enact the most robust protections for the unborn that Congress will support. HHS should use every available tool, including the cutting of funds, to ensure every state reports exactly how many abortions take place within its borders, at what gestational age of the child, for what reason, the mother's state of resident, and by what method. Now that the Supreme Court has acknowledged that the Constitution contains no right to an abortion, the FDA is ethically and legally obliged to revisit and withdraw its initial approval of mifepristone.
There it is. Score, Paul 10, Gretchen 40, Randy 70. And our final question, question 6, question 3 of round 2, if you will. Spin the wheel. Category, education. All right, here's your question. The Project 2025 plan would make extensive changes to public schooling, including cutting long-time low-income and early education federal programs like Head Start, and even eliminating the entire Department of Education, significantly restrict the free school lunch program, make it harder for students to get financial aid for college, allow colleges to discriminate against students based on their race and sex, use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. Now, before we reveal the answer, our final contestant will have the opportunity to confer with a home viewer in a coalition. Randy, you've got this opportunity. Randy, with whom have you chosen to form a coalition? Pass. You can't pass. Whatever, man. Okay, let's just dial somebody at random. Johnny, call a North Carolina area code. Let's get another swing state in here.
This is Alex.
Why did you pick up? Nobody picks up their phone.
I have to pick up as part of my job.
What do you do, Alex?
I'm a research assistant here at UNCA, anthropology and economics. You know, David Graeber, The Dawn of Everything, Debt, The First 5,000 Years, bullshit jobs, all that.
Oh, okay. Sounds interesting. So you're on a game show right now, Alex.
Well, hell, really? All right, okay, fine.
Yeah, it's Project 2025, the game show. We've asked a question about how Project 2025 would address education. So, right up your alley.
Yes, right up my alley, all right. Education is my thing here at UNCA.
That's in Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville? No, it's Asheville. Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, sorry. And what's your political affiliation, Alex?
I'm a social anarchist.
Social anarchist? What's that?
Well, like I said, like the David Graeber thing, as an anthropologist, we figured out that capitalism and the kind of heavy state that we're all used to is only very new in anthropological years, and that humankind has gone thousands and thousands of years at a time with no kind of authoritarian leader or even a elected leader. People have managed to get along fine without money, without borders, and have good technology and long lifespans. And it's gone on for thousands of years. People think we're the only game in town, but, there's lots of different ways to organize the world.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So anyway, we're what? This is a game show?
Yeah, Project 2025 on education.
Oh, those people are insane. Whatever the answer is that's worst for them is what I go with.
So I guess the answer would be yes, then.
Yes, absolutely. Whatever you say about them, whatever bad thing they say has got to be true.
Okay, Gretchen?
Oh, that sounds fine to me. Hello there. What was your name again?
Alex.
Hello, Alex. I'm Gretchen.
Hello, Gretchen.
So, okay, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Sure, we're going to say yes for that one. All right.
There he is, Alex from Asheville, North Carolina, social anarchist. Great. Thanks, Alex. All right, Gretchen and Alex say yes. Randy? Don't tell me. Yeah, man, whatever, man. I just, I got things to do. Is this almost over or what? Okay, so it's a yes from you. Sure, man, whatever. And Paul. God, I don't know. Sure, fine. Yes, whatever. I don't care anymore. And the answer is yes, it's true. And that brings us to the end of round 2. And yeah, as you may have noticed, yes, absolutely, they were all true. Every single one of them was true. And here's our score going into the final question. Paul Dans, 30. Gretchen Svensson, 60. Randy Ramskugler, 90. That's a good lead, but the final question is worth 100 points, so anyone can still win. Paul Dans. Hey, wait a minute. You're Paul Dans. You're the director of Project 2025. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Dans, right? D-A-N-S. Yeah. You're the director of Project 2025. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No. Well, you were before they fired you a couple of months ago. They didn't fire me. I resigned. So you are him. No, I'm not. Yes, you're... Johnny, Google up Paul Dans, would you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paul Dans. You're him. This is him. Johnny, what'd you find?
Paul Dans is an American conservative political operative best known for leading Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation's 2025 presidential transition project intended to reshape the United States federal government to reflect right-wing policies. He served as Chief of Staff at the U.S. Office of Personnel Management from February 2020 until December 2020. One of Dan's tasks for the White House was to help fill roles for the approximately 4,000 presidential appointees across the federal government.
So there it is. You're him. That's it. All right, time for our final question. The answer is a number, so the closest will win. Here is your final question, worth 100 points. It's been estimated that at least 140 former Trump administration officials have been involved in creating Project 2025, 31 of whom are writers contributing to the document. Question: of the 30 chapters of Project 2025, how many were written by former Trump officials? Paul, since you're in third place, you get to answer first. 0. Well, you are cited in the document 14 times. No, I'm not. You edited the whole damn thing. No, I didn't. You're on the cover page, edited by Paul Dans and Stephen Groves. No, I'm not. So your answer is 0? Yes. All right. Gretchen, you're in second place, so you answer second. Gretchen?
I'll say 50.
Gretchen, there are only 30 chapters. The question was how many were written by Trump officials?
50 sounds like a good answer.
That's more than 30.
I just think, I just feel it. I feel it in my gut that it's 50.
All right, Randy, so you're in the lead, so you answer last. Randy? What is it, man? Could you come back to the podium here? Is this thing not over yet? What? Okay, what do you want, Matt? What do you want? How many? So the answer is a number. Oh, you heard that? Yeah. All right. So what did he say? Paul said 0. And what did she say? Well, she said 50. All right, fine, man. Well, I'll just split the difference. 25. What do I care? All right. So your answer is 25. Yeah. Okay. So, and the answer is 25, which means Randy Ramscoogler, you're the big winner on Project 2025, the game show. Johnny, tell Randy what he's won.
He hasn't won a goddamn thing. Nothing, Johnny. Unless maybe the frightening realization of knowing that Project 2025 is real and is dangerous. As we speak, thousands of men and women are recruiting and training for positions and drawing up concrete plans, including draft legislation. Its successful implementation under a second Trump presidency would mean the very end of this good old experiment we call democracy. He wins the hard-earned truth that being cynical and uninformed and undecided is no longer a viable choice in this crazy world. He wins by learning, finally, that you can't sit this one out. Every one of us has the moral duty to vote to see that Project 2025 never sees the light of day.
So that's what he wins?
Yes, and each of our contestants will receive as our gift the home version of Project 2025, the game show, to share with family, friends, and neighbors.
All right, thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
This is Johnny Montague saying bye-bye for now, and vote, damn it. This episode of Charles Purcell Presents is available right now wherever you find your podcasts, or go to the website charlespurcell.com for the full archive and all the other series in the podcast family. Follow me on Facebook, write to me at charlespurcell@gmail. Thanks to our flagship terrestrial station, River West Radio, riverwestradio.com. Theme music composed and performed by Peter Donalds. From the New Arts and Media Studios in Milwaukee, I'm Charles Purcell.